All of the products that I introduced today, I have an affiliated link with. If you click and make a purchase, I may make a small commission out of it and no extra cost to you. I am an Amazon associate, and I also partnered with Lilac St. I wanted to share with you a foundation that I have been trying out for a couple of months, and this is what it looks like without touching up. The only thing I touched up was the little creases that I get under here a little bit, but for the most part, I kind of left it alone so I could show you guys how this wore on me after 12 hours. I have oily skin type, so I think this is a really good foundation. It's also waterproof. Even though the foundation settled in into my fine lines a bit, but for the most part, as an oily skin girl, I could tell you that this is a pretty powerful foundation. It's called T-Fit. They actually call it a concealer wheel, but I'm already about to run out. This is in a neutral color, and I like it so much that I bought another one. So this is what it looks like. This is called the neutral set. It comes in a little package like this. And I also got it at Amazon. So this is what it looks like. Let me take the top off. I'm kind of in between colors. So they do have like a light color, which is too light for me. And then a medium color, which is a little bit light. But then I mix it with the darker one so I could get a better foundation blend. I also have this cool color correcting wheel. It's called the Cover Up Pro Concealer B01 Corrector. So it has like a white, a pink, and a like lavenderish purple color. So I have these little marks right here that I want to add the purple to neutralize it before I put on the foundation. So you only need a little bit. This is a pretty strong concealer, so you only need a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with that middle color. And look at how it hid this little dark spot right here completely. Just neutralizes it. So I do have contouring on like my face right here, but nothing right here. That's why the color looks off. But if you're looking at coverage, look at the coverage right here. It's pretty awesome. I also grabbed some of the pink, my under eyes, and to brighten it because it's kind of dull after half a day. Look at how that looks. This is the pink underneath my eyes. It just brightened it up a bit. This is with the middle concealer color. So just paying attention to my under eyes only. This is with the corrector and with the concealer color. So I'm going to touch up my foundation in real time. I just use like a Kleenex, or right now I have toilet paper to absorb all the extra oil. This is what it looks like, blotting off most of it. It's not too dewy, but it's not too like dry. But yes, this foundation or concealer wheel, it's very waterproof. I recommend it for every day. You only just need a little bit and it goes a long way. And if you're oily skin type like I am, it's very hard to find a foundation that doesn't separate as much. Like, not saying that this is like the best, but it's pretty good for the foundation to stay on pretty well for my oily skin type, and my oils don't really come out as much versus other foundations. So that's what I noticed about this foundation, which is why I recommend it. I actually been wearing it every day for the past like 6 months, and yeah, it looks really good. Like it's not too matte and it's not too dewy, but it gives like a nice coverage without looking too cakey, and then it doesn't settle in too much. And I noticed that as an oily skin type, after like 2 hours of makeup wear, my oils do seep through right here on the forehead, on the nose, and on my chin area, and a little bit right here on the cheeks. But yeah, when I came home, I looked at it and it wasn't seeping out as much, so it's a pretty good foundation. So I wanted to come on here to show you guys how to put on these DIY eyelashes. It's kind of hard to see with this clear case, but this is from Lilac St. Over here, I have the 10, the 12, and the 14 mm. Okay, this is what the eyelashes look like. I have 14 right here, and then I have 12, 12, 12, and then 10, 10, 10. When I get started on the other side, I found out that when I put the glue, I should do just little steps at a time, so one cluster at a time. And what I like to do is kind of like touch a little bit of the glue like this. So when I put it on, the tip of my real hairs actually touch the eyelash and sticks better. So you want to get as close to the base as possible without being like touching the base, if that makes sense. And it actually takes some time to get used to, because the first time I did it, I wasn't really sure about how to lay it on or why it got so sticky, but with practice, you could get it. So the next few hairs, I'm going to go right here. I don't know if you can see. And then I'm going to go a little bit on the falsie. This is the 12, and I like to overlap it. So I go touching a little bit like this, and then overlap it like that. And then before I go on to my next one, I like to kind of pinch it a little bit and smush it in. So again, on the next step, I'm going to go like a few hairs, almost as wide as the cluster, but not really, and a little bit on the false one, maybe like 1 or 2 pieces of hair, something like this. And then this one is my next number 12. So once again, I'm gonna go like this so it could grab a little bit on like the tip of the hair. And then I'm gonna stick it as close as I can to the lash base while overlapping on the last one that I just did. And this does get pretty sticky, so be careful. Like that. This is my next number 12. So again, you just keep repeating until you get as close to the front as possible. I'm already kind of like 2/3 of a way. I'm gonna grab the number 10. Go a little bit like that. When I get closer to the inner corner, it gets a little bit hard to do, but practice makes perfect. All right, this is what it looks like after it's done and completed. I think I got pretty close to the base, but it's kind of hard to see while filming. But yeah, this is what it kind of looks like. And then when you're done, you're gonna use, they gave this crystal coat lash sealant. Looks like this, if you can see it. And then when I first tried this, I went underneath, but I noticed I had to go on top and underneath. So I'm gonna go kind of like this with the tip. Dab, dab, dab. Because when we went underneath our real eyelashes, the glue is on top of your real eyelashes, which is on top of the falsies. So I want to make sure I get it so it doesn't feel sticky. And then whatever is left over, then I go underneath like this. And then that's how you put it on. This should last about a couple of days or to a week, depending on how aggressive you are. Like if you're the type of person that slips on your face, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Then that means that your longevity will be shorter. But if you take care of it, slipping face up, or if you carefully wash it without rubbing too aggressively, it should stay on for a good week or a week and a half maybe, if you're really, really good at taking care of it. But yeah, this is as easy as it could get for DIY lashes. Today's lip color, I'm wearing one of these glowy jelly pots. This is what it looks like in the box, and this is what it looks like outside the box. So this is the lip color. And this is what it looks like. Let me do this, show you how squishy it is. So that's the texture. Kind of looks like this. So you don't need too much, but it gives like a nice sheen color and a nice gloss without being too sticky. It just gives the right amount of like, I have something glossy, but it's like my lip color, but better, you know? That's what that looks like. If you want to see more videos like this, also subscribe to me and stay tuned.